Seem to.
I don't think we got last week's recording yet, did we?
I sent it.
I don't think so.
I sent it. I think Teams is not not doing what they say they're doing.
I got one email.
I got just one, but that I think I got that on Friday.
That was the first one.
Dave, looky here. Wednesday. Sent items. I swear, Teams, and this is automated. Teams, like Microsoft automates this when you share with. So it is going into the sent folders, and it's telling me that it's sent, and it's just not sending, from what I can tell.
I think sometimes I feel like our stuff gets filtered through our IT people, especially if it's got big external downloads or something. It needs to be verified and safe before they.
Well, maybe, but look at what I'm just sending you. It's just like a link. I don't know. Maybe that makes it unique, but anyway. So do you have all the ones that we've done, or are you missing, I don't know, all of them?
We only got the first one.
So this is meeting 3? Okay. So here. Well, hopefully that one comes through. Which probably means some of my other clients aren't getting theirs either. But you're the only ones that are speaking up, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
I got some in my junk folder. Where's this?
From Wednesday?
Last week, Friday, 10/3.
From Robert?
Yeah. Hiding in my junk folder. Oh, yeah.
Was it a meeting link? A meeting link?
Yep. Mine flagged as junk.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Can you right click and say not spam, or say, I don't know what email address these links come from.
Oh yeah.
Let's go back to it.
I've got a ton of stuff in there.
It says it's coming from me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you there. That's going to have something to do with rules created on your Outlook or your company, or
yeah, it's
I don't
on
know.
our side, I'm sure.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. Make my ball stops.
Well, I could also send you a note. I could send you a quick note when I forward the link via Teams, and then you at least know to go look at it in your spam, or something like that.
Good idea.
I can do that for you.
Yeah, I know where to find it.
Yeah, I'll just check my
whatever you got available. Okay.
Weird. Oh, Brown.
Brown, better Brown. Yeah, I can fart one of them out. Quarter in. One.
Okay. So we need a 2 3/4 hole in the middle of these two parts. Now, one thing where we differ a little bit in a way is that unlike SolidWorks, we don't really have an assembly feature, meaning like an assembly hole or an assembly bore. And that's because we have these bolting commands for the most part that do everything together. But if you're talking about just a hole, you typically got to do it in each part. So if you put it in this one, and then you say 2.75, this is a radius. You do something like that and say subtract. You got to do it to the other one. And we just don't have a nice quick assembly feature that's going to pop just a subtraction through both holes. I just want to point that out. Now what you could do here is you do it on the one, and then, hey, just copy the first one down again. And now you have it in both. Here's another way you could do it. This is better yet. I'll go all the way back again. I can reference part as an identical part.
It varies a little bit because it's on the angle.
So it's going to consider these exactly the same, so that when I put a hole in one, it automatically puts the hole
Put a quarter up and down
in both. And I know this is fast. I'm more demonstrating now, and then we can
on that bottom.
circle back.
Right. Okay.
So now, when I put it in one, and then the command, you see I got it in both. But like you're used to in SolidWorks, Barry, when you can do it like an assembly bore or assembly hole, or I forget what they call it. We don't.
Through.
Our equivalent to that is not really not so similar to how SolidWorks does it. Because we have a bolting, which gives you a hole, the bolt, the washer, the whatever. We have referencing for this. Now, if these parts were different, you would need to do a hole in one and then come behind it with a hole in the other, unfortunately. But I just want to point that out. So what I just did here might have been a little quick. What did you follow, or what did you not, maybe?
What I got from that is it was not like SolidWorks. And you could use different points of reference.
Yeah, you can reference the parts. You can also just put a hole in one and put a hole in the other. You can also, here, I can break this up. So referencing, break up, and did you notice the little R, the little blue R? Did you see that there?
Where it said for radius?
No, right here. So the blue R stands for internally referenced, meaning these are considered identical. So you could also have a green R. A green R is an external reference, meaning a bilateral link from one drawing to another.
The blue one means what?
A blue one is for internal reference, meaning within the same drawing that you're working in.
Okay.
And a green R is an external reference, meaning to not the same drawing, another drawing.
So like an XREF then?
Yeah, an external reference.
Yeah.
Okay, so I backed mine up all the way to no hole here and no referencing. So method one, Just put
Yeah, I'm just kind of figuring
holes
out. Based on this,
holes one at a time.
Saturday.
Which is maybe not the most popular option, but it can be quick and simple. Subtract the 1, and then
And what size that was? With
here
bolts, so
I could say show only this part. You see these buttons right here? You can activate a part and show only that part quickly. So here, since this one's on top of one another, I can say show only active part, and that makes it a little easier to come behind with the circle.
Large diameter cap tone.
So you can do them separately. In this case, you could reference them together, or you could do it in one and then delete the one and copy that first one down. So about 3 or 4 different ways to get to the same place here. So just play around for a couple of minutes here.
I'm trying to, I lost that drawing. Or I don't think I saved it.
Okay.
So,
well, it's not a big deal to just create a couple of extrudes or solids again,
yeah.
Right?
So I'm gonna try to do real quick.
So your dimensions are here.
What page are you on? 133? That's
Yep.
what I was just looking for.
-3 through. We'll draw the diameter of the circle.
2.2 3/4. 2 3/4 is the diameter of the hole.
All right. So if it's subtract, I have to draw the smaller circle first, and then I'll go through.
Okay, that's a good question. So you could have done it. I'm gonna go to a new drawing here. You could have done it like this, where you say, what was it, 5.5?
Yeah.
And then you could put your circle in it before you extrude. And get them both like that. Now, here's maybe why I didn't do it that way. So let me take the inner circle away here. Because say you want to make a change. And here's maybe even better way to do it. Use your bore.
Yeah, that's the way.
Okay. And say 2.75, and just pop this thing through like that. Now, what's the benefit of that? Because say you change your mind, you want to come up here and say, oh no, I don't want it to be 2 3/4. I only want it to be 2.5. Now you can just type in the value, and it's adjusting there for you. So if you had it all done in your extrude, if you wanted to change the bore diameter of that hole, you got to go all the way back to your initial sketch and make that change and apply that. Is that so bad? Maybe not, but could you do it better with a separate command? I say yes. But it might also depend on who you're talking to. Where the heck is the value?
What's the diameter on that part?
Part of the hole. The part is 5.5. Just maybe a strange dimension.
Tall, right? Or was it 1 tall?
3/4 tall.
1?
3/4.
Okay. I think I'm doing it.
Notice that the bore command. Notice that the bore command gives you crosshairs where a subtraction does not. So there's maybe another benefit for the bore instead of the subtract.
I need some help here. Hold on. Mine's
Yeah, sure.
not doing what I think it's doing. Alright. I got it. Geometry. Go ahead and go with the bore.
Okay.
Individual form. 2 3/4.
Okay. Look at what it's saying to you. Select processing plane. You read that at the very bottom left.
Okay, I want to be on the flat plane here then, right? There it is. Okay.
Where'd you put your plane? Okay, you want the plane to be on top of the part. It says you're boring down.
Gotcha.
So if you try to do it now, it's going to do nothing because it's going to take it from the bottom surface and try to go below that. So you can change your processing plane over to the left, I'm sorry, where it says processing plane.
Let's see, left.
Near the top?
Yeah.
And one of them should say select, and now just change it to your top somewhere. Go to like a quadrant point now. Go to like, you know what I mean by a quadrant point? Yeah, like
one of the
like
4 corners of the...
north, south, east, west. Okay, I guess you could say maybe 1 0 0 might work. Okay. Now, yep.
Okay. All right, and then
So what the main thing I think you're missing there, Marco, was to set the processing plane.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to look at the bottom left if you're confused as to what's going on, because it might be asking you to do something that you don't even realize it's asking you for.
I'm lost. I don't even have those parts.
There we go.
What's wrong, Barry?
I don't have those parts.
You
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm done. I figured it out.
Okay. Apparently I didn't save it Friday, so I have to recreate it.
Okay.
And I need to pick a plane, I think.
Well, so you want to create an extruded part. So you can either create a sketch first and then call up the extrude, or you can also just call up the extrude and create your sketch within the extrude command. Okay, that's fine. You can do that. Look like it's already set correctly. You got 5.5 and 3/4 from, well, Friday, I'm sure.
Just hit OK.
Nope, you didn't place it. So here's the thing. You call up the primitive command, and while the dialog is still open, you have to place it in your model. So move your cursor over, and I think we're zoomed out too far. So it looks so small. There you go.
And hit OK.
And hit OK. Now, what I would have done there, hit undo. Let's do that again. I want to show you something better. So call that up again. Okay, now in the drawing space, do a right mouse button and say origin.
Like that.
Now it's putting it right there. And if you hit your home key or your zoom extents button, and then you'll zoom in to the best position. Now you can also just use the wheel.
Yeah. So now we're I want to get this on top of there. You could also you could also consider to put your hole in it before you copy it, and then you'll copy the hole with it for your second part. Save a little bit of time. Okay. I don't remember. While you guys were working on that, I was working on this other.
Okay.
Trying to get.
So we were saying that you could do a subtract here, or you could do a bore, and well, we did a subtract on Friday. I think maybe the bore might be the better way to go because it's easier to make changes. You get the crosshairs automatically. So let's try bore command this time.
Where is that?
Okay, so you can find it in the 3D standard there. You're pretty close to it. Or you can right mouse button on the part and find the bore button that way.
Under part processors.
The first choice.
I have all these choices.
Okay,
so
first item of business is to set the processing plane. You see, it's actually telling you that at the bottom left. So let's select the processing plane, which typically is going to be the top of the part that you're trying to bore through.
This thing.
That one. Up. Yeah. Usually that might work. Go over to your part. Usually I do it a different way, but let's see what happens here. So the way it works for these circular parts, since you don't have sharp corners, it'll ask you for the Z, and then you can give it a point to extract the like X, Y. Now you could also dance your mouse around closer to the edge of that circle, and it should do it in one, kind of like you just saw a second ago. Like click, move it back in to the left just a little bit.
Quadrant.
Just to the left, to the left. Click now. You see how the plane activates there?
Yeah.
So now if you click, what's going on now? Oh, your diameter is huge. So your plane is set. So go back over to your dialog and set the diameter. Right now it's set at over a foot. So this is going to be 2 3/4. Okay.
Then I guess now you can place it anywhere in here if you want it snapped to the middle.
You want it in the middle, so I usually do what you're doing right now is come to the edge of it so the Z lights up and then click.
Right.
So it's giving you so it gave you a preview. It froze up?
I couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh, so you have a preview, but you still haven't officially actually made the feature. So if you're happy with the preview, which it looks pretty good to me, you can activate with apply, OK, or middle mouse button.
All right.
And then middle mouse again to end the command.
Okay. Now I just need to
now just copy it up or copy it down. Kind of doesn't matter so much which one you go with.
What was the
just clone
process?
No, just clone.
Okay. So that was transform here? No.
The right one here. Under it.
Yeah, that's one. Clone. And we want 2.
You want 2, including the original. You see, and okay, if you click the assembly there, see you don't actually have an assembly created yet. So if you check that one, it'll just create it for you as you clone this part. So that's not bad at all.
Well, then we would pick, we want it to go from this line to this line. Then middle mouse button.
And the middle mouse button to end, and you see it's creating an assembly for you. It's defaulting its name to be called group, which you could of course change that to be a better name. Hoping it's actually going to be an assembly. It looks like it's a dummy group part right now. Let's see what happens when you say okay. Okay, it's actually an assembly. Okay.
But they got, what are the exclamation points here?
If you hover over it, it'll just say
near you, Marco?
it's an unsaved part, is what it's. If you hover over it, it'll give you a message. Hover right on one of those. So, so it's a new part that hasn't been. So you haven't saved your drawing after creating this part. So when you click save, you'll see that little message will go away. So it's reminding you that the progress that you've done has not actually been saved to this drawing, or well, any drawing actually at the moment, since this is a brand new drawing. You follow?
Yeah.
It's just basically saying, hey, you might want to save this.
Which is funny because my autosave came up as soon as you said that. Autosave prompt in the lower right hand corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to save it now because I failed to do so on Friday.
Yeah, I usually don't wait too long when starting a new anything before I go to the save.
Which one do I want?
Just save as.
And then
I
have choices.
Explore.
Okay. All right. What do we call these things?
I called it the name of the exercise. It's like bolted flanges or something like that.
Okay.
Barry's awesome bolted flanges.
Right.
All right. You okay with that process, Barry? Any of it seem a little unclear or anything? Now. Okay.
No. Good.
And we got you all set up, right, Marco?
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. I got my holes right. So now bolting. So we have these two buttons here, bolt screw and bolting. Okay, what the heck's the difference? So this button, and by the way, it applies to all these different types of fastening parts. This button is one at a time. So one, I'm just going to pick something here. One bolt, okay, it's freaking huge. One bolt placed at a time, okay? So one component. This bolting here is a more multi-function. It creates your fastening, it creates the hole, it adds the washer, it does all these different things in one step. So when you call it up here, we got some options to either set or just verify here. We have exact detailing. We have no detailing, exact, and compressed. And this one, I don't know how that differs from no. Probably no is nothing, including the bomb, and this one probably doesn't show it and includes the bomb. Okay, so why would you not want to show it? So say you've got this massive drawing, an entire building. You got it's possibly more geared towards steel. Say you got all these girders and columns and you got, who knows, 100,000 bolts in the whole drawing. Maybe that's too high, but you get the idea. You don't want your drawing to be slowing down because it's got to create all these little tiny parts all through your model. So you could say compressed, which I believe compressed will show the hole, but not the fastener. No will show nothing. I believe it's nothing, and it's not on the BOM. Basically, it's more like a visual aid only. Reference BOM, I believe it creates the part, it gets a number, it goes on the BOM, but you just don't physically see it in your drawing space. Compressed is similar, it just shows the hole, but not the fastener. Exact means you get to see everything. Now in the cladding world, such as you, I have really yet to see a drawing for cladding that is so large with the, with the rivets or fasteners that are on the panel to where you really need to be dumbing this down enough to avoid problems. So generally, you're going to show me teaching exact detailing, which I would recommend using until you start to see a problem. And then you can stop for a minute, do an evaluation and decide that, okay, I'm going to switch to compressed at that moment. So let's keep it simple. Let's stick with exact until we find a situation that maybe needs to be something different. Okay. So here you got some different options. So let's complete the steps because then this will make more sense to you. Because we can assign the bolts, the fasteners in different ways. We could assign it as an assembly. We could assign it as an assembly to the first part that we select. Let's just continue, and then it'll make a little more sense. Now, the first thing we need to do is, if we already had an active plane, which I do on my screen at the moment, my plane is still there. I could just say use the active processing plane. You could also say I want to pick a new. Doesn't matter so much. I'm just going to say pick a new anyway. And I can either pick the surface skin or I can choose the one that I already have. And that's going to pull up your fastener dialog.
And I went to go adjust my screen and that dialog disappeared. I can't even minimize to get that dialog back. And all the menus grayed out. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
So I had the dialog up and I clicked in here to adjust to see if I could see my plane. And I don't see a plane. And now the dialog. Oh, okay, it came back.
I don't think you're in a command because it's not asking you for anything at the bottom left prompt.
Okay.
Can you just try calling it back up?
Yeah, it was here bolting. And okay, so what I did was I had this dialog up and then I clicked in here and it was gone. And then see how this is all grayed out? And I can't even minimize this.
Okay.
See if it went back.
See what it's asking for. It's telling you to select a plane. So if you were to just continue with what it was asking for, the dialog might come right back.
I gotta train myself to watch that corner.
So here it comes back up. Yeah, don't be afraid to look down there. You don't always need to look at it once you kind of get the hang of things, but it can be helpful to understand what it's asking for.
So from here, what do we do here?
Okay. So here's where you can select your bolting. So it looks like we got some DIN defaults going on here. So if you click the head of the bolt, for example, if you click the icon, it'll take you to your catalog where we hopefully better see ASTMs. Yes, we do. So here's where we can select the type of fastener. And this can be expanded. I welcome your input on, hey, well, how come this standard's not in there? Well, okay, sorry about that. Let's get that added. Because we want to take the feedback from the customers. Because to be honest with you, I come from mechanical engineering. This building and architectural stuff is new to me, just working here the past 4.5 years. So as far as what standards are needed, well, I could come up with something based on mechanical engineering and what I think might be needed. But better yet, I'd rather have somebody say, yeah, hey, hey guys, how come this obvious standard isn't in there? Well, hey, sorry about that. I didn't know it needed to be in there. So
Right.
I welcome input there. So, please bring it on. But so we do have some in here, and we want to continue expanding this because we want to have the best standard library that exists on the market when it comes to items like this. So I don't know. Let's see. What does the book say? I think we probably go with an ASTM. You can kind of take your pick, but I believe we just go with like an A193, like a heavy hex bolt. The top one's M. You see the A93M. That's going to give you a metric, but the second one on the list is going to be an imperial size. So all you got to do is double click or select and then say OK. And it's going to change. It's going to change the first one to the sizes that we have in your library. Now, any size that's missing can be directly expanded by just going to that catalog table and adding line entries. Kind of like what I don't know, maybe we haven't done that yet. So we can just add line entries in the catalog. Sorry, I'm blurring you with another guy I've been working with. So kind of like I thought earlier that we have been building panels. We obviously haven't been doing that yet. So
Not yet.
no, not yet. So what we got to do is go down the list of the icons here to change over to what you want. So we need to set the bolt, the washer, the type of hole, threading if we need it. So we got to go down to, so click on the washer. So we need to make a selection here. And I believe we kept this pretty simple where we just said ASTM washers. So now you change the next one.
I didn't mean to. All I did was click on that.
Yeah, that changes it. So you're changing the washer type from whatever DIN was there a moment ago, or ISO, to ASTM.
How do we get back?
Just say OK. Now click on the next one, the washer underneath it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's like that one, or just click right here.
You can double click.
Like they're the same thing.
Same thing. So now go to the hole. And the way it's been set up is that ASTMs cannot merge with DINs. So because you have a DIN hole and an ASTM bolt and washer, it will not let you make the hole or the bolting in this configuration.
Okay. So now
I have mixed feelings there. But I guess they're trying to keep you consistent as far as not mixing and matching on your standards. So maybe that's a benefit. I feel like if I want to use a DIN spec for a hole and an ASTM spec for the bolt, while that might seem silly, I feel like I should be allowed to do that. But that's not the way it's set up at the moment. So next for the hole, we're just going to work our way all the way down. The way we have this is, I think it's pretty simple. We say, let's do processing's general. So here you could say, I mean, you can explore it. You can click on all of them if you want to look at what's in there. Here we got just ASTM holes.
okay.
And you can also just double click. You don't have to say click and then OK. You can just double click where the cursor's at.
Oh. Oh, you mean
So, yeah,
double
here,
click?
for example, you go to the processing's general, processing's, and when you see ASTM, oh, when you see ASTM host, just double click.
Okay. I'll keep that.
I think the book calls for a nut and washer there. However, if you want to use threads here, that's no problem as well.
So it has to be check marked over here before it'll be used.
Yeah, you want
Apply
to check
to
what
our-
you need to use. So do you need a single washer or double washer? Probably not a double washer, but the
Right.
capabilities there. And then you need to pick some
Yeah.
type of hole. So you got, so okay, why are there three when we only have two parts? The first one out of the three is the top part. The bottom one is the bottom part, and the middle one is anything that's in between. So we don't have anything in between here now. So really, we're only worried about the first and the third. But it might make you check that middle one. I'm not so sure there. But having it checked isn't going to cause any problem.
I tried.
Okay. It probably makes you. Now my question is, let's just say you pick I don't know, 3/8 or 1/2 size. Doesn't really matter so much. I think it'll work, even though you have DINs for the rest of the parts. Those parts aren't active, so I think it will still let you. But let's find out here. So
Is it okay?
if you're happy with this, let's just say okay.
Sure. We can't just tag the nuts too on the backside.
You can.
That...
Right now you have thread active, so you're not going to have a thread and a nut. Well, generally speaking, you're not going to do that. So if you want to activate the nuts, then you need to either uncheck the thread, or if you activate the nut, it might uncheck it for you. So just
uncheck the thread.
Okay, fair point. Can you click on the nut? Click on one of the nuts, like the very bottom one, for example. Let's just click on the image. And then let's change it to fasteners there, nuts, and then hex nuts. And then, I don't know, let's pick one, maybe the top one.
Top one.
Okay, can you check the box next to it, or it's still looking for us to uncheck that thread? Okay, let's uncheck the thread. Uncheck the thread. It might uncheck all of them, but let's, okay, now can you?
Maybe choose this first.
Maybe.
And
yeah,
then,
let's get all the icons switched over to ASTM. So let's do the remaining nut and the two washers.
Okay. That one. Okay, so check that. It will not let me check a nut. Oh, they let me check that one, but not on the bottom. Weird. It won't let me check the bottom one. Let me check that. And also a washer. And then, okay, so this one is grayed out. And it got rid of my threads. Did you notice that?
Yeah, all right, let's see what's going on here. So you got those. Okay, change that last hole to an ASTM hole. Okay, so now you have
I can check. Double nut it. one of those, but now we got 3 holes. Guess maybe that doesn't matter.
No, okay, so I explained a minute ago. Let's do it again. So first hole is the top part, bottom hole
Yeah.
is the bottom part, and the middle one is anything that's in between, if applicable. So I think it's going to make you keep that checked, but basically it's going to have no impact on what we're doing here because we don't have anything in between.
Right.
Hey, Barry, quick question on the 3D DWG. Do you want to import and export or just import?
Oh man, does that really make a difference in price?
I'm surprised that it is separate, to be honest.
You
It's
mean
probably not a.
import into Hicad?
Yeah, I know you definitely want to import, but is export really important? Are you really gonna be sending out 3D DWGs?
No.
I didn't think so, but you want me to? I'm curious. I want to know what the price difference is. I'm gonna ask him to do both.
Yeah. I'm curious too. It would probably be, wow, so what would it export? I guess I'd like to know more information about it before.
So you would import? You can import a 3D DWG or DXF to export. It would be. It would take your. Yeah, that is a good question. Let me think. What would it probably do? It would take your. Let me play around with that on my own and get back to you because I actually haven't seen anybody do that yet in my 4.5 years here. Do you work together with others on that? Like, would you share?
Not on every project, but we have in the past with
Okay.
Revit stuff, and that's why I think the IFC would be important, but not for an everyday application kind of thing. But we get these
IFC, I
projects.
thought we were talking about 3D DWG.
We are. I'm trying
Okay.
to relate the two together.
So what was?
They happen.
So how would
about as
Revit
often.
export it? It would just take a stick view of the content and
Revit,
export it.
basically. Yeah, like a wireframe.
That's probably exactly how we would do it. I just haven't seen it done. I'm gonna ask him to provide info on each.
Yeah. What kind of detail gets imported? Does it come with a layer? IDs,
Yeah, it would have
individual layers, and
settings similar to the 2D import export, which allows layer settings, line type, color, ID, layer, layer name, blah blah
all the
blah.
attributes.
Yeah.
Attributes as well. Yeah, because that's something I'd like to think about too, to see how we would do that. I know we would use it, but we would definitely use it.
I could ask about a trial. Could they might be able to put like a 30-day expiration date on these extra modules to your license, and then we would simply do a deactivate and reactivate, and then you would have those to play around with. That might be the best way to go because I could switch that training license back on for you, but then we feel like we're working backwards with your license.
Yeah, let's not work backwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't mind, that would be perfect because I guess then I'd be able to go. I would also, before we do that, I'd at least like to have something substantial to export from my CAD. Right now, all I have is this double flange. It's not even finished.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So like, let's say for example, we get like a wall of panels established and with hardware, all the underlying hardware support structure. And let's get something like that. And I could 100% use that in AutoCAD, but I'd like to be able to go,
Yeah.
or at least know what would be included when we go back and forth. Layer information, hardware information, BOM information, those types of things. And that would be really helpful.
Okay. So anyway, he was asking me just now. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, thanks for looking into that. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem at all. Want to get you set up with the right stuff, not just we don't want to just sell you a license, but we want to get you the right license at that makes sense for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't believe they're still awake over there.
No, this was somebody in United States
Germany?
that I was talking to.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Well, no, I was talking to Nicholas, so Nicholas would write the quote.
Yeah.
And then really, I mean, I could ask licensing to make the trial, but really that's more of a sales function. And I want him to keep learning more and more and more.
Unless you have a source where I could acquire some mock data, and I can work with the mock data, and I can go back and forth that way. That will allow me to evaluate.
Yeah,
You know
there's
what I'm
no
saying?
hurry, and there's no hurry here, Barry. I'm just trying to get you pricing information to consider, and then hopefully a trial set up at the right moment, and then you could have some time to decide what you really need.
Right.
Yeah, no hurry on my side. No problem.
All right, so this is our detail. I think we've got this nailed down now, right?
Yeah. One
Our
second.
bolted
Let me
rivet
just
connection.
play catch up here. You okay, Marco?
Yep. Manual thing there.
Yeah. So what you're going to do next, Barry, is you're going to say okay.
Okay.
And then it's asking you, look at what it's asking you for at the bottom left.
Select parts to be connected.
So
M and B.
And then middle mouse button. So what you're going to do is you're going to select your top part and then your bottom part.
In the model.
I always select them in the model, but that's a good question. The structure might work, but I usually select them in the model.
Hold control or?
Nope, just click one, click the other, and then middle mouse. Just like that.
How can you tell if they're selected?
You can't.
Okay.
You have
middle
to
mouse.
Trust.
I hit middle mouse. Now I've got this large dialog window right here.
There should be another. There should be two that comes up. Is there another one somewhere?
I think you've got to click polar, and then the other one comes up with all the info.
You only got one selected. Polar? Okay. So no.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. What do I do now?
You gotta go all the way back.
Yeah, middle mouse.
Really?
Yeah, middle mouse is gonna end, but it's gonna remember what you did.
Okay.
So let's just say bolting. Say active processing plane at the bottom since you already have one. It remembers your previous selection, so that's good.
Hit OK. Now select 1,
1,
2,
2,
and middle mouse
middle.
button.
Okay, so let me explain. Okay, well, why aren't you seeing the other one? Because you've got one bolting set selected. So option number 1. If you go to option number 2, you see you can create an array, and more options will come up. Now I'm hoping that they turn this into looking more like the bore. This is kind of the old way of doing the bore. Used to look kind of like this. So they've more modernized that menu, and I'm hoping that modernizing this menu further is also on the list. So now when you select that polar one, look what you have. So you have number of bolts, which can be changed to 4. Okay, D is the diameter of the pattern. In inches, what is our correct pattern? It's
5.5 minus 2
4.
3/4.
I think it's 4. It's 4 because the metric default is 100, and I'm thinking they just didn't do a good job converting that with this imperial menu. So it's gonna, let's say 4. Are we in millimeters?
Yeah.
Your drawing's in millimeters. Why the hell is that?
Yeah, mine's standard.
Is your drawing in millimeters?
No, mine's in inches.
I remember changing units, and we double checked our units last week. Maybe I missed it. Yeah, I missed something.
Well, I mean, you set your circle to 5.5 and 3/4. It was drawn in imperial.
Yeah, but it's 5.5 millimeters now.
Sorry, Barry. And the command, real quick. I wanna try to see what's going on here. Yeah. So Marco, you follow along. You see at the bottom left, near the prompt, where you see unit of length, all the way at the bottom corner.
Yeah.
What does yours say, Marco?
Inch.
Inch.
Yeah.
So how did we end up creating? Go to a new drawing, Barry. Let's just go to switch drawing, and then say new. Don't close it. No. Say cancel. So you want to go to switch drawing before you say new. Next to views. In your information, you got HCM graphic properties, HCM variables, views, switch drawing.
Oh, way down here? Oh, right here.
Right there. So
Gotcha.
switch drawing. Click a blank area. Now say new drawing, and it's not going to try to close the one that you currently have open.
Okay.
Okay, and it creates
millimeters.
a millimeter drawing.
I swear it was inches last week. Isn't Marco and I sharing settings off the CAD transfer?
You should be. I was following his. Can you pull up your registry real quick, Barry? Okay. Open your config path, or just pull that over a little bit more. Okay, looks okay.
I think Marco may not be set up with this on the registry if we're both using this.
No, Marco's the one that I set up with him.
Yeah, this is really weird.
Open your configuration, Barry, on your side. Should be the same.
Where's that at?
Remember the pencil at the top right, and then you can click configuration.
Oh, yeah. This one, it takes forever.
No, it should be okay. We got PCAD. Go to system settings. And then units.
I remember changing this last week.
What does yours say, Marco, when you do the same thing?
Config. System units.
There,
Yeah, mine shows metric.
what does it say at the very top? Well, of course, you're pulling off the XCAD transfer, right?
Yep. PXCAD
Okay.
transfer Hicad.
All right. It's very strange. Okay. Let's everybody save their work and close down.
Save. Close. Yes.
I can close this empty. I don't gotta save the empty drawing, do I?
Save the ANSI drawing.
Empty.
Empty drawing. No. You can just save the one that you're doing. Although once a drawing is created, metric or imperial, it's always going to be metric or imperial. There's really no way to switch that once it's created.
Well, that's probably why, then, because I opened up my saved file from Friday, so I probably pulled it up in Imperial.
Oh. Okay, and I'm starting from new, so we got to change the units.
Yep.
But we copied from whose configuration did we copy? Yours, Barry? From your PC
Mine.
to the.
Yeah. So if I open up a new drawing, it does come in as millimeters as the standard.
Oh, I know what's going on.
Yeah, they need to change that in the configuration.
At least I think I know what's going on.
That one didn't close. Huh. Close.
Okay. What I want us to do is, Barry, you're in a blank drawing, so there's nothing to close. You need to click back over to your other sheet, your other drawing, by selecting it in your switch drawings.
Oh.
So select that one. It'll open back up. Now you can save and then close.
Okay. Close the whole program?
Yep.
Close all?
Yeah.
Closing.
Okay. In your files here, I want to go to the Hicad directory for a moment.
Where was that?
C Hicad or?
Yeah, C drive. Sorry. Okay, and that configuration folder that you have here, 919 at, nope, config, not catalog.
Oopsie.
So 919
934.
at 934. Now in a separate file browser, I want you to go to another location once you get it up. I want you to go to C, program data, ISD, software and system, and then Hicad 2025. And then that config is 10.3.
Oh, this
20.
is our old config right here? No, this is
the one above it is. I copied I copied the wrong directory, in short, is what happened. So what I want you to do is go up one level. Copy that. We're going to change the name of it, but we're not going to do it here. So I want you to copy that Hicad 2025 directory and copy that over to where your shared files are on your server.
on the server. I just put it on my desktop for now.
Okay, well, we need it in that same directory where the configuration currently went.
Just so we didn't lose it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I want you to... No. I want you to take that existing configuration, go up one level, and just for a moment, say configuration underscore, old or something. Marco, do you have it open?
Yeah.
Are you closed down? Yeah, go ahead and close down.
All right. Should be good now, Barry.
Nope.
I'm not open. Oh, wait. I might be open here. Hold on. No? No, try again. I backed out a whole lot of crap. Because the Hicad's open, maybe?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hicad's using the configuration, so we have to be
Hicad
completely out of everything.
There it is. Got it.
You still got that other folder on your clipboard, or did we lose it?
Yeah, it's still on my clipboard.
So if you do a paste. Now change that folder to configuration. All right, enter that folder again, just for good measure. So Hicad CFG. Okay, everything should work because the path is exactly the same as it was before. We just have a different data behind it. So start back up. I'll leave that old directory in there, Barry, but probably this afternoon, once we confirm here, it'd be safe to delete.
Hydraulic error message.
Yeah, sorry about that. We'll take care of that eventually. And we have imperial scales. That's a good sign, but it's still going to open that drawing in metric because it was initially created metric. Now you could take the practice to recreate it real quick. I could send you mine, whatever you guys want to do there.
Save mine real quick for that.
Sorry for the mistake. Yeah, maybe Marco could send it to you.
Well, I'm in feet now.
Yeah, or you could just make a couple of cylinders again real quick.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. I need to practice anyway. So what was it?
3/4?
0.75.
5.5.
5.5. Okay.
So here's what happened there, Barry.
Yeah, I know what I did.
You didn't place it.
Right.
So you have a configure, because this was a patch installation, it takes the configuration in the Hicad folder, copies it to program data, and then it updates the one in program data to the correct version. So, and it activates that one in the registry. So when we switch the units, when we confirm the units and set everything to be imperial, it was done on the one in the program data. So I had you this morning copy the one from your Hicad directory to the server. So we copied we took a copy of the configuration that had not been set up for Imperial. So we were using not the correct one, is what happened there.
I'm gonna go run to the restroom real quick while Barry's catching up.
But you were able to figure it out.
It took me a couple of seconds there. I was scratching my head for a minute.
Now, if I want to put a bore right on that plane, is there a quicker way to put the bore right on that plane?
Well, you have to set the plane in the bore command, right?
Yeah. Where is the bore command? I don't remember.
Right click on the part.
All right. Is it? No.
Oh. Okay, you have the assembly active right now. That's why it's not coming up.
Okay.
Click on the part, make sure it activates. Okay, now it should be there.
There we go.
For some reason it jumped to the other one. Okay, let's try it. So first thing first, what's it asking you for?
Select processing plane.
So
It is.
So you select the Z. Now you could pick a quad point, for example, to set the X, Y.
There is a quad point.
Not coming up. Let's see. It looks like it's active. There it is.
Okay, and then
Diameter is 2 3/4.
all the way through both pieces.
Yep.
Got one there. So
in this case, all the way through or to next surface would get you to the same place. But as you know, that's not always the case.
all right, missed something. Let's go bore.
Yeah.
2.75. Got that right in the middle. Did I not pick the correct plane yet?
I'm wondering if the bottom part is active, even though you think you're working on the top one. But let's try it one more time.
You're right.
So that's the bottom part, right? So
you're correct. Yeah.
Because you copied, maybe copied up or down. Anyway, the order. But when you click on that top one, it should activate it. Okay. All right.
You would think.
You would think.
Good there. Good there. Now I pick a plane. The command open. I can't just click on it when the plane appears.
Yeah, you can. Of course you can. Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to pick a center, right?
Yep.
Right there.
Okay. And middle mouse to activate.
Shouldn't it be going through both?
No.
Middle mouse again?
Yeah. Middle mouse again. No, because you activated the top part and put the hole through it. So, the function that you just did knows nothing about the second part. because you activated the one part. That's what I was trying to say earlier. We don't have that kind of assembly bore that you might be used to. We have our bolting commands and we have referencing that could be used. So that's what I was.
Save this real quick.
Yeah.
Save as Explorer.
Explorer.
So. Okay.
Okay. So now you can do another bore operation on the second part, or you could just delete the bottom part and copy that top one down.
Yeah, let's do that. I want to change my view a little bit. What do I want? Copy this one. Okay, and now bolting. Processing plane. Now I have to pick a plane.
Sacks if you want.
Yes. Yes, you got to do a plane here because one's not already created.
So right there. Now, okay. That look good?
Yeah, it's just remembering what you did before. You know, 1/2 13. That's fine. You got nuts and bolts active.
Is it okay?
Yep, just say okay, and then it'll ask you to remember to pick the two parts, and then say middle mouse.
We got to pick in the model space.
I always pick in the model space. Can you pick in the structure? I actually, I don't know. I would have to try it.
What do we want? Okay, there we go.
So now we're seeing. So you can say n equals 4, diameter equals
4.
Did I say it was 4? I think I did. Yep, 4. So that starting angle is what SA means, and then OA is end angle. I'm not sure why it's an O. Probably has something to do with German.
Or all the way around. That's 360 degrees.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, there we go.
Finished angle. It'll start at 0 and go all the way around.
Go all the way around. So you have control if you wanted something unique there, which is kind of nice.
And then
so now just snap to the Z by doing that, or clicking on any of the circles.
Hit the Z. I hit that one right there.
Yeah.
And when you click, what's going on here? Oh, there you go.
You do it twice. That looks cool.
And if you isolate each part or switch to like hidden line, you'll see that the bores are in there.
Yeah.
Yep, that is really cool.
So I think that's why they didn't do an assembly bore command. They didn't develop that because we spent our time on this. That's my hunch. Now, if you changed your mind and said, oh, I actually wanted to do, I think you did 1/2 inch. Let's say you wanted to do 3/8 instead. You can right mouse button in the feature step on that bolted connection and say standard size. You see that kind of in the middle there somewhere?
Yeah.
And now it's going to bring, see it? Standard size.
Down a little
Oh,
bit.
right there. Okay.
Make them 3/8 instead.
And now you could change it and it will update.
Nice. Yeah.
Or also, if you change your mind and you said, oh, I actually want to do this as threaded, you go back to standard size and you change the specification of the fastening system, and it'll update there. Now, if you wanted to change the grid, or like you don't want 4 of these, you want 5 of them or whatever, you right mouse button on it and you go to the position grid.
Where's the grid at? Oh, I see it.
And so here's your pattern, and basically you act like it hasn't been. Basically, you place it again, and it will change. It won't put like more on top of one another. Just say do something like that, and
Nice. Save it. How do I get rid of that plane?
you can right click it and say delete all or delete individual.
Okay. That is really cool. But it's still showing it divided into quadrants. You notice that?
It's just the center line of the bore, I think.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, those are like what Marco said.
Yeah. Okay. Like that.
Okay, now I want us to arrange a drawing like this because I know we've already done a little bit, but it explains some good concepts of how you can like make a view with only certain parts instead of all parts. Is it hard? No, but it's just not something we've covered. Now, I just thought of something on your side. If one of y'all was to go and try to grab a drawing frame out of your frames menu, I think you're gonna get a problem because I forget something.
Cool. Let me try. Frame. The sheet area is currently not active. Oh yeah. All right. Sheet
I
view.
don't remember where the frames were.
And draw.
Right click.
But if you don't get an error, I'm gonna be very, very surprised.
I did not get an error.
Really? It made the frame?
Popped up with a menu. Let's try selecting anti. Oh, there it is. Yep.
There it is.
There's the error.
Okay. So it's easy to
What's the
fix.
frame?
It's easy to
What's the
fix.
frame at?
Go ahead, share your screen. I'll show you where it is, and then we can fix it right after. It's a quick fix. But again, something I missed.
Is that the right? You're not seeing my screen.
I'm seeing your screen. I see your email.
Turn the wrong screen.
I'm not sure that's the right one.
All right, stop sharing. No, that was the wrong one. I want this one. Okay.
Yeah. So frames are in your drawing commands. So you go to your drawing ribbon.
I remember it was something like that.
And you say frame. And then
Okay,
let's say you pick one, and it's going to say.
Okay.
Okay. So here's what's going on. Remember how we created that drawing directory on your shared files?
Yeah.
Well, your frames are to reside in that directory. So we created an empty folder, which in a way is okay because you haven't really done any real work here. But what we need to do is copy those frames into that folder. So there's actually no need to close down here. We can do this live with Hicad open. But what we need to do, Barry, is go to your C Hicad, your C directory, and then Hicad, and go do at the bottom is going to be a directory called scene, or seasoning, or is how it's
This
going
one?
It's pronounced scene. It's a German word for drawing. So when you go in there, this is actually where your title blocks reside here. I would probably do a select all. Let's just say select all, and then we'll take all this stuff that you were previously saving, and we're going to copy that into your drawings on your server.
Right into this folder?
Right into that folder.
Okay. That's fast.
It's not very large files. Okay, now try your frames. Should work for you too, Marco.
Yup.
Okay. Good.
Ta-da.
I like that. Now.
All right.
Get up.
So I think you both are probably already on the right track. You come over to sheet space, and we pick some kind of frame. And do we need to scale it? Yeah, maybe not. So let's go ahead and create. Well, we can quickly create these views pretty easily. We can say view here. You can create copy this one for isometric, for example. Switch on shading. Could do hidden line instead if you want. Yeah, what's the question?
How are you getting those views again? I remember you click on the.
Okay, so we have a top view that's created that we had this created when we added the frame, and so for the bottom one, I thought it was quicker to just say this. I think you called it like a projected view or something.
Yeah, projection.
Yeah, we call it this goofy horizontal vertical.
Okay, I got you.
And then you can just copy this one over, for example, and just change the orientation, representation.
All right, I want to copy that one over. All right, I'm doing something wrong.
All right.
I'm going to share my screen.
Sure.
I'm trying to copy this over to here.
Okay.
So I'm right clicking there.
Remember where the copy view button is? It's at the
No.
It's at the top somewhere. So not that one, not that one.
Do one of these.
You were close to it. What about that one? No, not that one. The one next to it.
There. Okay.
Copy 3D view.
I got you.
And then
Yep.
stick it where you want.
And then
you want to change the orientation or representation.
Yeah.
You could do that manually like you just did, or you could hit the isometric orientation button. One over to the right.
Yeah. Now, do I need to? We need to unassign or delink? No,
if you don't
not
want
on this one.
It's up to you. It's basically if you want them unlinked, you can unlink them.
Really?
It's kind of up to the user.
I notice we have a lot of this. See the red here?
Yeah, the
here.
center lines.
Yeah, will that also show up on the drawing? Go to plot this or print this?
Yeah, I think so. If you say Control P or drawing and then print.
Here, I guess we could just. I was gonna say we could change the view on something. For example, yeah.
No, those crosshairs. Those crosshairs are going to stick unless you delete them. So I was going to show you what it looked like on the print first. I was going to confirm that they indeed show up on there. I'm like 90% sure that they will. If you go to print.
Control P doesn't work for print.
Really?
I just tried it.
No, that's
getting a print dialog.
That's a system shortcut. That should work.
Right. Oops. Oh, it just took a while to show up.
Oh. So okay, let's do this slow. Look at what it's saying. Specify the rectangle
first corner
for your print or right mouse button, and it's going to select basically zoom extent. So it's going to select the maximum size for everything in your current viewing window. So don't be scared that it deformed it a little bit. That's the stupid thing that it appears to do. And here's where you could say page size or paper format there. I think we got letter or letter 11 by 17 or some different stuff in here.
Should say NCG on there. Oh, these are our standards for the whatever plotters we've got. I got you.
Well, we may need to
NTP
set up.
is-
We may need to set up the plotter.
Yeah. So we'll usually go that one.
Okay. Now, at the bottom, near the bottom right, you see the little computer screen looking icon. It'll give you a preview. So to confirm there, you see your axes are showing up on the print. Now, it's showing black and white because we didn't pick color. There's a color on the other screen if you want color.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So if you wanted to change, turn the axes off, crosshairs. We can delete. I feel like there should be a hide also. 3D crosshairs. Yeah, we can hide. Here,
Where are you seeing it?
whenever you're ready, Barry, if you exit the print command, we can go back to the. So in 3D standard, and you see towards the right of the top, we see crosshairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the top button would be to add them manually to a circle or a group or something. But you see the drop down here, we got delete, and underneath it we have hide. So you can kind of take your pick there.
We got a hide axis or show axis. We'll just hide it. And we can do the whole group.
Yeah. So it's going to ask you to select one.
Can we do like a left to right drag?
Maybe if you see the command says right mouse button, further options. I'm not sure what happened there.
Me either. Try that again.
Nothing further off.
So if you said right mouse, you said right mouse button for your further options.
I'm hitting the right mouse button. Okay. Well, maybe it's one of those. Did you get yours to delete, Robert? Gonna go individual.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Right mouse button does nothing. So I can delete them. Let's see, group or individual. So group means that it's going to be like all the ones associated with your bolting array or all the ones associated with your bore. So you got basically 2 groups or 3 groups, depending on how you look at it. You got one for each part. So here, let me show you here. So if I say hide, you could say group, and that one's going to go away, and then
you left clicking?
yeah.
And you're not going away. Oh, there it goes.
Or we could say active part.
Okay.
Do you usually hide those? I'm kind of used to seeing them on drawings, but is that something that you usually don't do?
It depends.
Okay.
If it's already overly complicated, I would want to get rid of them.
Okay.
Usually for the customer's conceptual drawing, we'll hide that. When it comes to the actual shops, we'll put them on for the fabricator.
I've got some artifacts that are showing up. I call them artifacts. Can I share my screen?
Artifacts. Yeah, sure. I want to see these artifacts.
These are they're called video glitches from back in the day. We used to call them artifacts.
That's
these little red.
That's a point.
Yeah, I get those too.
I didn't put those there.
So points are used for automation purposes in a lot of cases, depending on how the automation was set up. So you can switch points on and off by right there in the middle of the bottom of your screen, the kind of bar that goes across the bottom. In the middle there, you see a bunch of points on a button.
Yeah.
So you can switch those. You can toggle on or off.
Now, would those have printed?
What's that?
Would those have printed, those points?
I
don't think so.
Don't think so. Let's try. So I've got points here. I say Control P.
Let me stop here.
No. I don't see the points on my print. It's probably a setting somewhere. I don't know that one off the top of my head. I imagine that's probably somewhere. Let's see. So here I got points switched on here, and I do a Control P and then right mouse button, and I can just look at my preview here. I don't see any points.
Okay. Yeah, artifact is back in the days where video wasn't quite what it is today. The when you overclock your hardware, it would often leave little things on the screen that were unintended that we call artifacts.
Huh.
Old computer term, I guess.
Sure. That sounds, yeah, I get you there. Okay, so we've been working with views that show all parts. Well, you can also pick any part, any view, and say visualization hide. Just for example, here you could say I want to hide. Right click, and you see visualization.
Okay, yeah.
You're also probably going to find all that under views, somewhere over here, parts, hide, on, off, show.
Can you isolate? The opposite of hide? You would just hide everything but?
Yes. Okay. So let's say that you wanted to, let's say I copy this view down to sort of create what's on the sheet. And let's say I only want to show this set of bolting. Know that I came up here to the top level so that I show all these, the bolt, the two washers, and the nut. And so I right click on the view, and down here under show hide parts, we got hide, we got, we'll come back to that one. We got hide, show all, but this second one says hide all parts and show individually. Basically, that should say hide all parts except for the ones that I'm going to select.
Could have did all that with one word.
Yeah, I
isolate.
But that's a good term. Maybe I can explain it better next time. Isolate. So I click that one, and I click this bolting level and middle mouse, and it hides everything but these bolts. And you can make multiple selections. So you could say, here I'll say show all again. So here I could say right click here, and I could say I want to show these boltings and this one part for whatever the reason.
Okay. I like that. You could do that in paper space or model space.
It's all exactly the same. There's no different in these view commands in paper space versus model space. So let's see now. Let's say I wanted to call these bolting parts out. So I could say select all. You can select in your structure, or you can hold control and draw a box around some items, and it will select them. And probably the best way to do this would be to do my automatic part annotation, which I can't remember if we did that or not.
No, not yet.
I think I usually introduce it now, I think is what I usually do. So the way this works is I can bring this up. I could say include subparts or not, or you could make multiple selections, but here we can select from file. Who remembers what an FTD file is?
File transfer, I don't know.
That was like the wasn't it like a standard bolt size annotation or whatever text?
It was an annotation template. So remember, you had that window where you could say, I want my font size to be this or this, text red. You could pull in all the attributes from the background. You could say, I want a leader line to it or not. And you can save all of those as a favorite, which saves it as an FTD text object.
Oh, cool.
So you can reference FTDs straight from a file, or you can create favorites. We have a few created here. Let's say we want to show, item number and article number. I'm surprised I don't have one here for just article number. So let's say item number and article number, and OK. And it creates all these call outs or balloons. Some people call them balloons. I usually stay away from that because it doesn't have to have a balloon. It just can be a call out. It doesn't have to have a circle around it. It can. So just to refresh you, if I double click this, and hopefully this is familiar, this right here is an FTD. So here, look, text object FTD. So every setting made in this dialog can be saved to an FTD. And then when you did your automatic annotation, like we did a second ago, you could direct this to a certain file that you want to use for that template, and all your callouts will come up in the manner that you want, as long as your template was created in the way that you want. And of course, you could put balloons around this, but it doesn't go so well with the total.
Right.
I like it here. I'm a little surprised we don't have like this oval shape around everything. That's a little interesting to me. So that's what FTD is there.
How did you get there? The FTD annotation?
How did I annotate it?
Yeah, how did you get to the FTD dialog box?
Oh, I double-clicked an existing annotation. You could also create a new annotation from scratch, and this would also come up.
Okay.
So in order to use the automatic annotation that I just did, you have to do a little bit of preparations to have your template file ready to go. So you either got to reference a template file from your favorites here, or reference a specific file that you've previously created and saved. So here's a case, Barry. Say you create an FTD template file here, and you configure it, and you click save, and you give this some unique name. You don't have to call it that. Now, this template file probably needs to be saved straight to your settings also, as well as your sys directory. So when you do a fresh installation at a certain moment, all your templates don't go bye-bye.
Yeah, I'll keep that offline as well, or off my local.
Well, you need to, well, you could, it's going to default look for them in the sys directory.
Okay.
So you see here when I pop up, it goes straight to
The sys, yeah, I
Hicad
noticed that.
sys. So what I do is I put one in the sys and I put a copy in the settings. I know that's a little bit double, but it works well as far as having it right here ready to go, but also backed up.
What could, I don't know, I was for stuff like that, I've often made a batch file.
I was about to
Where you
say
just
that. Yeah.
click one time and it'll do whatever you want it to do, copy everything over. Won't copy anything if it's the same file name and file date. You know, those just change.
Yeah.
Once you get it established, create a little
You're more
batch
than-
file too.
You're more than welcome to implement any of that type stuff on your side.
I still use those when I'm coding.
Yeah, now you're over my head there. I couldn't tell you the first thing of how to create a batch file to do what we just said, but I know it's done and I know it's very useful.
You got AI now. All you gotta say is create me a batch file. It does this and this and this, and tweak it.
Huh. Well, here's where at the core, I'm just a mechanical engineer that has learned a few things about a few things in the IT and PC world.
Yeah, you're more than capable. I already know. If you wanted to.
I could. You're right. I'm sure I could research that myself and come up with it. Or I could ask my colleague here that works at the same office. We have an office, but we don't always go to it all the time. That he's a computer engineer, so he's been studying the API stuff and how it interacts with Hicad. And he's already, I think he's about two years of experience now. So a little bit behind me, but yeah, what was that?
You guys have like a developer forum or a Hicad users group?
In Europe, yes.
Some content.
Over here, we don't host one. I know third parties do it in Europe. I think I could put you in touch with other users of Hicad in North America that would probably, I know at least one guy that's interested in creating some sort of community just where experiences and just ideas could be collaborated. It doesn't mean you're sharing company secrets or, projects, but you could still just discuss, user experiences and maybe ask for advice on certain things or whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, those are good things for stuff like this. I think.
I know we're working on a third-party site to complement our company website. So I think it's a company website, even for North America, requires approval from Germany. And what we've noticed is that the Germany marketing team doesn't seem to understand that marketing here is different from marketing there. And so sometimes it's like pulling teeth trying to get, a different idea that we have to have here to be approved. So we're we're gonna have a ISD USA page that adheres to whatever things Germany requires, and then I think we're over here gonna have sort of a standalone page that's maybe not endorsed by the company. That's just going to be individually run by ourselves as ISD USA. And then I think the idea might be to have something set up there at a certain moment. But there's nothing stopping anybody from creating that also on their own outside of us. But I can keep you in the loop on as that page develops, as far as where that ends up as far as content wise.
Okay. So next week we'll start on paneling, or we're going to continue on.
Well, we got 20-ish more minutes. We can start something, or if you'd prefer to call it a good stopping point, you got other things to do, we could do that as well. It doesn't really matter to me.
Sure, I'm down for stopping. I know Marco is. He's about starved to death by now.
Usually, I actually had a good breakfast today.
Oh, okay.
Prepared. Yeah, we can. Probably a good stopping point, huh?
That's fine. And don't worry about the time. We don't nickel and dime you with hours, saying, hey, we spent 10 extra minutes with you here. It's a wash.
Yeah.
And in fact, the time that we spent this morning on settings and stuff is probably technically a support function, not a training function. So I'm going to make a mental note there where that was about an hour and a half that we weren't training on. That's an hour and a half that we could spend at any time on another topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate it if you did that. That would
Don't worry about
really
that.
Cool.
That's not how we do it.
That's not how we
do it. Go ahead.
It was not unproductive because it gave us a good look behind the scenes on how things are interacting. System settings and configurations, and
you're never gonna get from me, hey, your time's up. See you later. Like that's just not how we do it. So, usually I make notes like that because, and while this hasn't happened yet, say we finish our training and you have a certain topic you want extra training on. Well, generally a general support meeting is supposed to be about an hour, and then if more is needed, then we can maybe plan another time, see if any consultancy is needed and whatnot. But I like to bank some of this like support hour that we do in class, because if sales ever comes to me, and this has never happened, and says, hey, how come you're doing 2-3 hour sessions that's not inside a purchase training class? I say, well, hey, they got these hours banked up. They asked for some help. My schedule was free, so we just did it.
I like that.
But
believe it or not,
that generally doesn't happen from the sales side either. We pretty much want everybody to get the help they need and succeed. We're not Autodesk. We don't have support or training tokens. And if you use 2 minutes out of an hour, that counts as an hour. That's not really how that works.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'm afraid of us exhausting all of these training hours and us still having some really pertinent questions towards, what we need to be using this for, which is primarily ACM paneling and ACM manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big sellers on this was the fact that it would calculate all the underlying structural hardware that it needs and fasteners, and on top of populating with custom shapes for the paneling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like what we're doing here because I think it's important to learn.
You got to start.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I don't want to exhaust all of our training and still have, how come we didn't spend more time on paneling? That kind of thing.
Yeah. And people learn at different paces, and it's hard to account for that in a X number of days training program. So usually what we do, if we get to the end and we decide we still need more time, I get with sales, I explain the situation, and they, depending on how much is needed, they sometimes say, yeah, just continue. Or if a lot of time is needed, then maybe they say, okay, maybe we need to talk about another 1, 2, 3, whatever number of days on some kind of a per hour basis, and all parties agree, and then we move forward. But it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes it's just hey, please continue, get them going. We're generally, we're not just kind of the training ends and we say good luck, see ya. That's not really how that works.
Okay. Robert, you have a lot of windows open.
Yeah.
Some of these are just pinned icons. Like I got pinned icons till about here. So when the calculator's
looking up at the top.
Oh, tabs in this. Yeah, this is a unique PDF viewer that works better with our PDM system than Adobe. But even if I was to close this out like that, and I come back in, it remembers all the tabs. It's called Sumptra. It's what development recommended with the PDM system. You see they all fly back open here.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I could probably clean some of this up, but sometimes you close these and then you sit here saying, now where the heck was that? I think there's a home page here, a home tab where it shows at least the last
I like that too. Yeah.
20 or so documents that I've opened up.
Probably be a whole lot easier just to jump on that thing.
But hey, if you guys are curious, when do we meet next? Actually, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look at next week. I know I got a doctor's appointment, but that was somebody else. Yeah, that's on Thursday. That's not you guys. So yeah, is Wednesday, Friday still good? I don't think I've actually sent this out to you.
Yeah, that's good so far. The 15th and the 17th.
So yeah, what I was going to say, if you get curious between now and Wednesday, come over here and just start making a sheet, trying some flanges. If you're,
158.
yeah, sorry, let me go back to it. 156.
156.
And the one after it is very basics panel. Very basics, beginner things you need to know for modeling a panel. So I don't know, maybe that's more interesting to do than the first one, if you find yourself with some time.
156 or 165. Okay.
That's 165.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about that, Marco? Want to kind of accelerate a little bit to paneling next week?
Yeah. I'm gonna
I have a feeling just working with the paneling, a lot of these things that we would otherwise be learning here, we'd be figuring out there.
Yeah,
A lot
because
of it's similar.
you're always going to keep improving your 3D standard commands. Even when you're doing sheet metal, it doesn't matter what you're working on. You're going to be improving and learning more about, 3D standard, sketch, dimensioning, whatever. But I like to start some just very basics like the bolting and the little quick plate we did before it, just to start with something. But then I try to move along closer to what your product lines are and your business interests.
I feel good about where we're at. Like what we've done, what we're doing, and like I said, my fear is just running out of allocated time, or I don't want to misallocate whatever time we've got left. I think we've burned through half of our training already.
No.
After today?
No, we've only met three. We've met 3 times. We've got 10
5 more.
10 sessions. It's 5 days. 5 days is 8 hours. So when we said 5 days, we meant 10 4-hour sessions.
Okay.
So this is meeting number 3.
Right.
So we got 7 more as we currently have planned.
Perfect.
Yeah, we should be good.
Yeah. I feel good.
Right. Getting pretty comfortable on the controls, so.
Yeah, I'm learning. They're not all the same.
No, it's a little different. I think the owner of the company that started all this, he tried to take what he didn't like out of a variety of other CAD platforms that he knew, and I guess he tried to come up with a better tool that he thought was more equipped, or take some of the gripes out of the other systems. So I think that was sort of the main goal when he started this back in 1977, I think, was when this company started.
I don't think they had ACM back then even.
No, I don't think so.
It's just a dream. Or a nightmare.
Well, he also, I don't know what industry our owner came from, but we support variety of industries. Not just cladding, but steel and mechanical engineering, sandwich panels, variety of different stuff here. Glazing, that's a big one. Stick systems and storefronts and windows and all that type of stuff too for those companies. All right, guys. No rush on my side, but we can sign off whenever you want. Yep.
All right. See you guys.
I'm ready to go.
Have a good one.
All right, Robert.
See you on
Have
Wednesday.
a great weekend.
Take care.
All right,
yeah,
we'll
do
see
the
you.
same.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
See ya.